Good morning. I am Eli Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters, Juicy Jones HQ. Stay tuned. We're going to check out the OBS Cheetah 2 today. That was funny because I did that wrong without sound the first time. VapeAM OBS Cheetah 2. We're going to do a review of the Cheetah 2 because we love the Cheetah 1. Kind of screwed up the rhyme there in my cool theme song. So look at that. How cool is that? Let's go to the real desk. There's the Cheetah 2 right here sitting on the desk. We're going to pull that cotton out, rebuild it. I'm going to show you the build, stick it in there. I'm going to show you everything. And it's not going to take very long here. This is a good one. I like this RDA. It's good. I want to thank Heaven Gifts and OBS, especially OBS Tom, and Randy. You guys are great for sending this stuff. We have this and the Creus to go over later, but the Cheetah 2, I didn't want to miss it because I started vaping on this and I love it. And you know what? Cut to the chase. I like this thing a lot, and yeah, you should get one. They're only about 30 bucks, maybe 35 bucks. You can get them online. There's a link down at the bottom here in the description for Heaven Gifts where you can get one, and that's an affiliate link. That'll help the channel if you use it, but you're not required to, of course. You can get these in a variety of places. But I'm pretty excited. You guys remember that OBS had the Cheetah 1, which was super cool. And a little tiny thing, yeah, don't bother focusing because, you know, that's only what we do here is focus ourselves and unfocus. You know, for something that's all it does, it sure fails a lot. The Cheetah 1 was really good and had a great little velocity deck. And this, the Cheetah 2, has got great flavor and great airflow. But the funny thing is that the Cheetah 2 is not really a sequel. Like, the funny thing about these atomizers is that there's not that much that's similar about them. Like, the Cheetah 1 had a very, very mechanical airflow that involved this double top cap that has a top airflow system and a quad Cyclops eyeball air intake. So this is a very complicated little machine, even though it's kind of small and light, and also has a locking mechanism so that the top locks on. So unfortunately, if you were looking for these two features, which was the two things that I sort of defined as the Cheetah features originally, those aren't here anymore. It's no longer top airflow, it's side airflow now. It still has double O-rings, but it no longer even has a velocity style deck. Although it does come in 22 millimeters. So that's really the only thing in common is that it comes in 22 millimeter if you like, but it's mainly a 24 millimeter. Why did I click that button? It's mainly a 24 millimeter atomizer, at least the one I've got, the 24. And I absolutely love the way this thing vapes. And that's kind of what I fell in love with. And so really, for all intents and purposes, it's a brand new atomizer. It's not really a sequel to the Cheetah. I guess they just didn't want to make a new name for an atomizer, which I don't blame them. But in this case, it's nothing. I haven't lost anything. I think vape's great. I'll go ahead and vape on this. It's 130 watts. Those are some frame stable aliens from Geek Vape that I put in there. So their new deck is awesome. And that's really what you guys want to see. And that's what's really cool. So let me pop out. Let me just grab my tools. And by the way, I want to say hello to everybody in the audience. I'm so sorry. I forgot. It's just so early and I get up and I forget to say things or whatever. But of course, I love all y'all in the audience. Thanks for tuning in. If you're here in the audience, we're going to do a giveaway for one of these. Don't forget, I've got 2 of these. And one of them is going to be in one of y'all's hands in a couple of weeks. So this one I'm giving away. What color is it? It's stainless. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how to win this later on after I build it. So stick around. We're going to do a little build on this guy. And then I'm going to give one of them away. But it's going to be not in the live audience, but in the replay. So it's for the replay. It's going to go for probably a week or 2. Probably 2, knowing me. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to put this back in my vape nut stand. As you guys know, I love this little 1.2 pound vape nut stand. Good morning, Francesca. Good morning, Mark. Owen, of course, Leighton. I can't pronounce that name, but hey, you're awesome. Leighton, did I say that? Michaela, of course, Chili Dog, everybody. I'm vaping on my Cheetah 1 while we build on the Cheetah 2. I want to give you guys a little look at it. And I'll show you the box after this, by the way. I decided to do something just a little bit different. I'll just do the unboxing in a few minutes because some people just want to see the deck or whatever. And to be quite honest, the box is nice for this, but it's not like mind-blowing or anything. So I'm just going to grab these. Oh, I forgot you can't grab those with your hands because they're slippery. I was just vaping on this last night again. I put some freshies in here last night just because I wanted to change the coils to these frame staples, and I'm going to show you the full-size ones. And the reason I chose these for the show is so that I can show you that very, very wide coils can go in this really easily. It's got a, I'm just pulling some cotton out. It's got very large holes, and you're going to see them with your own two eyeballs here in just 1 second. I'm going to pull that coil out, and I'm going to show you this whole deck, and we're going to take a tour. I'm sorry it's a little bit messy, but I thought it'd be fun just to show you the one that I've been using. Sometimes I treat everything as being so precious, and there's a reason for that. I've been using this. It's a really great RDA, and the flavor is so smooth, and I'll show you that after we're finished re-wicking it here. Okay, so I've got to, this takes a Phillips head screwdriver, and that's what disassembles the top, or the 510. You can pull the positive out with a Phillips head as well. I'm just going to unscrew all these, pull the coils out. That one's stuck. I love this deck. This deck is their new deck. It's here and in the new, in the new Creus RDTA, which is what I'm actually going to vape on here in the Captain. God, the Creus has the same deck in it. And not quite the same top cap, although they try. They get real close. Alrighty. Did I get them all? I think I missed one. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, yummy. And the crease looks good in gold. These come in black, gold, stainless steel, rainbow, which is pretty cool. Let me just pop that coil out of there, and you can see for yourself. I'll set it down. These coils are crazy. And there we are. That is the deck. Isn't that cool? So what it is it's just a two-post deck that has a little, instead of having a clamp on the top, that has a clamp system. And instead of having a clamp on the top like we've been seeing most of the time, they put a clamp on the bottom for one and a hole through the top on the other one. And this works beautifully for setting your coils, I can tell you. The one thing is that if you put in really, really large coils and you crank them down really hard, you have a chance of stripping out the holes in these bottom plates over time. But so far, that has not been a problem in these things. And they work pretty darn well. I'm very impressed with this so far, I gotta say. Yeah, pretty darn impressed. So I like this so far. It's super easy. I have these Geek Vape frame staple 2-in-1s. Oops, Geek Vape frame staples coils. And that's what I put in here. And these guys are just an example of a kind of a wide-ish coil that you would put into these. I chose these because I don't mind putting several in, and I did a few yesterday to make sure that it would work. I've been running my triple core fused Claptons and Aliens. That's what I always run. So, and those are smaller than these. So I grabbed these so you guys could see an example of how these guys work. And I'll just, you know, throw another one in there. These are, for example. This thing works so easily. You guys really, really are going to like how, even on a wide coil, all you really have to do is get it in there. And once you've got it in there, you're done. And you see how there's room for even a tiny bit more width than that. It's not even quite as wide as it can go. So you can fit some fairly large stuff. I'm not convinced you can fit so many wraps in here. So this is 4. I could probably fit 5 of these in here, but probably not a lot more. So remember that your inside diameter on this atomizer can be real large, but because it's only 24 millimeters, you only get so much width. But that doesn't mean you can't put some huge, by the standards of 2 years ago, these are gigantic, unheard of builds. So it's cool what's going on here. And, you know, just clamp down and snip. It's really that simple. I'm going to use the coils that I've already used. And the reason is because I just don't want to do on camera a whole bunch of snipping that isn't necessary. You guys know how to do that part already, I know for a fact. And I just wanted to show you that this deck is incredibly easy to work on. It doesn't require any kind of know-how or anything. They really kind of made it simple enough, I think, for anyone. As long as you screw the Phillips head screws out far enough, and then you have room for your coils. I mean, this is really one of the easiest decks I've ever built on ever. It's really a no-brainer. I'm a little bit shocked. I mean, I kind of had I love you guys at OBS. OBS thinks of some clever stuff. They have the only super sub-ohm tanks that actually don't leak and make any kind of mess whatsoever. And they have this clever little deck. This probably isn't unique. There's been several post-block type decks that I've seen lately, so I definitely won't. I'm sure they don't get. This isn't the only one, but if it is, then good for them. You guys will tell us. Hey, Robert. Hey, a person. It's great to see y'all. Good morning. I hope everybody has a nice cup of tea. This is quite simple. Really, all I've got to do is get these back where they were. And I can tell where they were because there's just a little notch. I don't know about you guys, but for me, the easiest way to cut coils like this is to chop them and then pull them out and just put them back in on both sides. I put that one in a little bit too far. Hey, hey, hey. There we go. It's so funny. I just got some new Allen tools to do out like ball-ended, to do like Allen keys, but I haven't gotten any RDAs that need them since I got that. Isn't that funny? So there's enormous amounts of room in here on the outside. So my inside diameter could be even larger if I wanted to. All I've got to do is throw some wicks in here, and we're going to be doing pretty well. Let me check and see what the ohm reading is on that for y'all, because you guys are going to want to know. And I can't remember, to be honest. I knew before the show, and since it's early in Seattle, I've forgotten. Hey, James Rivera, how are you doing, buddy? It's our friend James Rivera. Make sure you join us over on Facebook. We're at Facebook.com/groups/Juicy Jones. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow me there too. I'm on Instagram/Juicy Jones HQ. Because that's where we are. I think I've got a stinger for that here somewhere. Is that it? Yeah. There you go. So, ohm reading, 0.1. We're at 0.1 here. We've got 8 total wraps of frame stapled alien in this little guy. And that's right, 0.1. I couldn't remember if it was 0.8, 0.1, or 0.12. So it came out right in the middle like Goldilocks zone. I hope all y'all are having a great morning. I'm going to have a sip of tea and a vape on my Cheetah 1. Sweet caffeine eases the pain. Do I have batteries? Yep, I do. We're doing a waffle on the Facebook group here pretty soon for a new vape mod, and you're going to get an amazing deal. I don't know how many slots we're going to have, probably 20 or something, and we're going to get the new version of the new vape mod. It's going to be super great. Okay, so now I'm using Texas Tough Quick Wicks. I absolutely love this stuff. I think it's fantastic. It requires more work to put in, it's true, but the results are superior. And you can tell me if you think it's more work or not. I'm going to do a little Bob Ross and just talk to you guys while I do this. Oh, did I screw up my entry? we got the entry wrong, thereby almost ensuring having to use 2 pieces now. That's okay. I don't sweat anything here. Maybe not even. I may pull it out yet. Hey, hey, hey. Alright. A good friend of mine said that in rock and roll, when you don't have anything else to say at that minute, you just say, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. That translates into several things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Alright. David Leon, the new vape mod is better, by far, in my opinion. People only really ask about the Hexome because they have good distribution in the UK. But new vape mod has distribution in the UK, I just can't remember exactly who through. But yeah, I like the new vape mods much better, obviously. I mean, the new vape mods they're amazing. And the new ones are way better. The new ones have aluminum plates on the inside, and they are nice. I'm going to try to do a bunch of waffles. Lewis Cruz over there is a good friend to this channel and has always believed in us. And has always loved this channel, too. And I've always loved those mods, so it's a match made in heaven. Well, look at those wicks. Okay, I'm super excited to actually get in there and vape on this. Because I tell ya, it's a delicious. The vape is a delicious. These guys over... Oh, I didn't tell you. We're vaping on Maui Wowie milk from AZ Swag Sauce. It's kind of a strawberry coconut. And I don't get the coconut too much, except maybe occasionally when I'm just sort of thinking about it. I'm just going to get a bunch of e-liquid through here down onto the deck. And then I'm going to fold those wicks down inside there. It's like a cooking class, right? And then I'm going to fold those wicks down inside there. So it's soaking through the top. It's already in the thing. I'm using the fold technique here to go under. And, oh, it's like a little swimming pool. I put a little too much in there. Can you believe it? Well, there's a super easy way to solve that problem. All you do is put the corner of a paper towel in there. Because capillary action works. Violates gravity. Violates a lot of physics properties, but it works. It's a thing. It's about proximity, really. It's a strange thing. Okay, cool. Sorry, it's a little ugly. Alright, number 2. Switching to my left-handed technique. Are you guys impressed? Don't be. Alright. Lol. I put way too much e-liquid in there, but no problem. It's not going to be a big deal. These are at 0.10. They fire nice and even. They're frame stapled aliens from Geek Vape. They're pretty good. And here's our cap. The top cap has a really cool construction. It's a dual wall, plain Jane top cap. I like what they did. They simplified it, which last year the Cheetah had a complicated top cap with a bunch of pieces in it. And the cool thing about it was that it wasn't leaky. And this one is not leaky either. And part of the reason is because of the tolerances around the outside here. But it's a simple design, and it's got thin wall design. It isn't the greatest piece of metal ever, but they improved the paint jobs of a lot of the atomizers I've seen, and it hasn't chipped yet. Now, I've only dropped it one full-on time, and nothing happened to it. So I thought I dropped it on the atomizer, because it definitely was laying on it, but I may not have actually hit the atomizer when I dropped, but it survived just fine. It's got an 810, so all of your Kennedy-style 810 drip tips fit on this thing just fine. It's really just fine. And the airflow is smooth as hell. Look at the dome top. The dome top is the key, and how smooth wall that is. And when I put this in here, I'm just going to grab it right there, pull it off here. We're going to put it on the Nuve mod, and we're going to go. I've got the new vape mod turned all the way down, by the way, so we're voltage regulated. We're not running this on a mech. Don't think that. That wouldn't be safe. Although I must say the new PWN chip that the new vape mods are using are you can run 0.08 on them, if I recall correctly. I gotta ask Lewis about that. Okay, here we go. So smooth. That's what blows me away about the Cheetah II. It's so smooth. It is crazy smooth. Hits like a goon. I know, am I crazy? You guys tell me what you think. Like, I've had this thing in the goon on different devices, and they hit the same. Not exactly the same, but it's so close. The air is less restricted on this, but the airflow is not fully huge air. So a lot of people like you, Owen Ginter, you're going to call this like a 6.5 or a 7 on the super air scale, meaning I think you're going to like it. You might even call it an 8. Let me open it up all the way and see, because I don't have a meter with numbers to tell you all what the airflow is like, but you guys always ask me. Oh, no. And this is like an 8 or 8.5 as far as air goes. So I vaped on things that had bigger air, but this is way too much air for me as it is. Like the TFV 12 has a larger airflow, and some people even think that's more restricted, which is crazy to me. But this, to me, this feels like a Twisted Messes or a Goon. It vapes about the same. It's got a nice smooth top. I love vaping on this thing. It gets real hot. And this monkey has been using a cool drip tip that well, viewers, that's what I did, is I set aside a cool drip tip to use, and I left it in the other room. Oh, no, I didn't. It's right here. What am I thinking? Sorry. So I've got, like, to me, a better option is that. It didn't come with a 510 adapter. Let's open the box. Or if I did, I didn't see it. The original Cheetah came with a 510 adapter. So the box is actually really nice with a slip slide. And the accessories pack has a much improved screwdriver, which I'm not sure you guys will care that much about, but it is way better. And cotton, obviously. O-rings, a couple of really nice looking coils that come with this thing. No single coil adapter. And yeah. So it's not exactly a Cheetah 1, but I give this thing an A- because the flavor is so amazing. I wish they had kind of kept some of the Cheetah stuff, but the truth is a little bit of that was gimmicky. The Cheetah 1 is probably on sale right now, so definitely check that thing out if you don't already have one. And the Cheetah 2 is this is great. I mean, I have almost no complaints about this thing. It looks good, comes in 4 colors including rainbow. It has good sealed O-rings, and so far hasn't been destroyed. I did question the O-rings at first because they felt, but I can't really describe why, but I looked at the O-rings and I was like, maybe. But they spaced them wide, and they're thick enough for the wall with a thin wall design, and OBS just has a good history with machining and the quality and the tolerances and the making of the actual parts. So this is a pretty darn good atomizer, and it's turned well on the airflow ever since I got it, and I keep trying to find cons about this thing. Like I keep on trying to get nitpicky about it, and I keep not finding anything. So you guys tell me what you think and chime in. Maybe after another month or whatever, I'll not like it. But so far, solid A- for this thing. I don't think it's the greatest world-class RDA of all time, but it's only $35. It looks good. It works good. It's easy to build on, and the flavor is fantastic, just like the original Cheetah. So, and it also comes in 22 millimeters in case you want to replace your original Cheetah with one of these guys with the easy screw deck. It's taller, so that's because they've got the taller block style building deck. So, in my opinion, check one out. You guys tell me what you think. For the giveaway, let's give one of these things away. I want to thank Randy and Tommy at OBS and my friend Joanna at Heaven Gifts for providing these to give away. And what I'm going to do is, you guys, if you want to win one of these and you can't do it in the live replay, you have to do it in the chat afterwards after it posts. So just wait till this afternoon and come back and post. But in the chat, type in, you'll have to go look this up. Type in which VapeAM episode was about the original OBS Cheetah. That's all you got to do. Is type in the number. Like if it's VapeAM 175, type in VapeAM 175. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about this, whether you have one of these, anything, any kind of comment at all. I love you guys. All right, so I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This is VapeAM. And it's been the OBS Cheetah 2. Thank you so much. Don't forget to enter the contest here. In the contest for the replay afterwards, type in which VapeAM that I did the original Cheetah. And I'm going to hang around here with the live chat, and we're going to chat and hang out at least until I have to go to work. So thank you so much. If you like these videos, click like, click subscribe. We're here every Wednesday, every Saturday morning, and then I'm trying to pick a new day during the week to do an evening show. It's been Monday so far. It's been going pretty well for doing VapeAM nighttime edition. Oh, that's kind of weird. And so tune in for that too. Thanks. Hey there. Sorry, I just clicked every button on my desk. I'm going to keep vaping on this and chatting with you guys for a little while. It's only 6:45. Let me see what our broadcast-o-meter says about how long we've been going. Broadcast-o-meter. I'm glad I didn't have the audio on this time like I usually do. I'm so sorry about the last one. Let's see. Okay, it's been half an hour. That's good. All right, we got another few minutes. Michaela got a gold Cheetah for 17 bucks. You got a Cheetah or Cheetah 2? Because you were talking about getting a Cheetah 2. I love the Cheetah. They're nothing alike. That's what's weird about it, is that there's really almost no similarity between them. So I'm just licking off some of the gunk. So, Francesca, don't forget that you can't, it's not for the live chat, it's for the replay only. So, you have to come back after it's posted this afternoon. Because these comments don't appear in the comments afterwards. That's YouTube's fault. You can be my soldier. Yeah, just vaping on my OBS Cheetah 1 and my OBS Cheetah 2. Oh yeah, the Cheetah 2 in gold. It's going to be good. I tell you, the Creus RDTA, which they should have called the Cheetah RDTA. I don't know why they didn't. It is literally a Cheetah, but with RDTA tank on it. Wonk. Very good. Not really suitable. It doesn't really, I mean, it's better than the OBS. Or I'm sorry, it's better than the iJoy one. Graham Taylor, don't forget that you can't enter it here. You have to enter it into the chat on the replay once it's posted later. And don't forget to write in VapeAM episode 56. Although that would have worked fine. I wouldn't have. Squonk pin. No. No squonk pin. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? I think that'd be tough for them with this design, but maybe not. I like the idea. Let's look at the middle. Let's take a look at the middle together. I think that would be tough. I don't think this is going to squonk with the new block deck. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Those O-rings are tight. The funny thing is that the double O-rings in the bottom being tight is really good, and the ones on the top are not tight. The ones on the top are like the perfect consistency for adjusting the airflow. I'm really impressed by this thing, really. The block deck on this thing and the squonk pin aren't really... I mean, I could think of a way for it to work. Oh, don't feel bad, Home Base. The entire industry is selling everybody on the big squonk phase right now. That's what they're doing. Everything's squonking. I personally am... I don't know. I don't love squonking. It's messy and annoying, and you can't fill the bottles in the car. But it's cool. It's good for the desk. I think of it kind of like 3 battery mods. Even though it sells itself as a portable thing, it's really not. It's really great for short trips like doctor downtown, or fixed duration trips where you know where you're going, like store. But that's cool. And I think I sort of answered your question there. Barbara Miller asked a question about squonk mods. I do like squonk mods. I think and the thing is, they look cool. Zakesna, I can't pronounce that. I'm so sorry. You can tell me how to pronounce that. Just ask what's my favorite RDA. My favorite RDA is probably the Goon LP. But I just got the Cheetah II and the Lush, and I'm liking them a lot. The Lush is more suitable to somebody like, our friend, the Long and Winding Owen Ginter, who is a little bit more, full air all the time. And I like the Cheetah because I can dial the air down. And Laura Asunasao is asking if vaping is legal in France, Chili Dog. And yeah, the TPD rules, France has decided to not adopt a couple of those rules, I think, like the 2 mil tanks. And he'll chime in here in just 1 second and tell us the details. But it is legal. But they are restricted by some kinds of sales things. This thing is so great. I love this thing. I mean, it's like... The airflow is so smooth. I just don't want to be such a fanboy. But the truth is, the airflow is so smooth on this Cheetah 2. I absolutely love it. I was a big fan of the Cheetah 1, and I felt like I was the only person really who loved OBS at that point, and everybody else was going with smock, 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 and I joy, limitless, only, and plus the velocity and the Goon were big at the time. But I loved the Cheetah, and I love the engine before everybody else did and everything too. And then it turns out that turned into everyone's favorite thing. And I love the Cheetah too. I think the airflow is so good. It's good. Love this thing. And Chili Dog says that France exploited what they call a technicality with the phraseology, which is fine, or they just changed it themselves. Yummy. Oh, you know what I should do is I should get a I can get a live chat up. Oh, but it's too late. We'll have to go pretty soon here. Yeah, we're already more than halfway in. Next time I'll remember to get the chat up. What do you guys think about the new format? What do you guys think about the new graphics, about the new look? Have I heard about the Samurai RDA, Juicy? I have heard about it, but I don't have one. And I don't know if I am going to order one or not. I'm not exactly sure. I got my hands full with a lot of these already. I'm already reviewing 2 at a time right now between this and... Actually 3 between this and the Lush Plus. Call him Z. There you go. Z. That's good. It's not confusing, because if you asked for me to call you Zed, it would confuse everybody in Canada. So that's good. Because we have so many Canadian viewers, and I love all you guys. If you're just tuning in, I'm Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters. We're hanging out with you here live. We were reviewing the OBS Cheetah 2, and it's pretty good. Don't forget to watch this on the replay if you just tuned in, and go back and you'll find out how to win how to enter the giveaway, because I'm giving one of these away. So it looks like, I'm not sure what you guys are saying about the TPD yet, but yeah, it does. This OBS has a very good history of manufacturing quality, in my opinion, anyway. And I'm not talking about the coil heads, y'all, because coil heads are all over the map for every manufacturer. But I can say that OBS usually has good build quality, and this thing is no exception. It isn't like a quality beacon like the Goon. So, you know, the Goon gets a double A+ from me, that and the LP. I love those things, but this one feels like more of a thin-walled stainless steel 316, but what it feels like to me is that they try to be economical and keep it as small and light as possible, and I like that. Some people will say that they feel like the walls are too thin or it's not substantial enough, but I don't buy that. What you get out of this is good construction. It's completely durable. It's not thin. It's not like the walls of an Aspire Nautilus. It's like, you know, that little thing outside that dents. It's not like that. This is solid. It's got enough grub screwing. To me, this looks like that OBS knows what they're doing, and they've been making these things for a while. And whatever paint job they picked, I don't know. I do want to say that I don't know if the paint's going to last in the future. We just can't know. So far, it's been good. But you guys will probably agree that there are paint jobs that seem good, and then a year later, they're like, what? And you can't tell. Oh, and you like the new transitions. That's cool. Thank you. That was actually some work to do that. It's not that easy to do that, and I figured out how to do that, and it's pretty cool. Oh, William Lane's on vacation. That's so cool. Well, I'm trying to get a Monday night show going or something. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday night show going. I don't know. Whatever. You guys tell me what night you think would be good. So I can maybe hang out with more people that I don't normally catch or whatever. That does happen quite a bit. Haha. Oh, it says he fucking loves Canada. Me too. I love Canada. I think that's a great country. Love Canada. Yeah, in fact, I think it's worth noting that it was Canadians and New Zealanders and Australians that won the critical battle in the last North Korean War. If they had not sat on that hill as the Chinese advanced, all of Korea would be Chinese today. But it was this little group of a few hundred Canadians, New Zealanders, and Australians that helped the Americans, and it was amazing what they did. Amazing. No credit. No credit. I tweeted this to my congressman recently when they were complaining about some crazy left-wing thing. I was like, don't you complain about left-wing anything. The freaking Canadians and Australians and New Zealanders saved us in North Korea last time. Lots of drinking, William Lane. That's awesome. I think that's fantastic. RDTAs versus RDAs, JB legit. Well, I mean, I was the first guy on the RDTA bandwagon, so the answer is I love RDTAs, but I love RDAs too, no question. But longtime viewers will know that I am extremely. Oh, you've got the captain. I got to interrupt myself. The captain. Oh, and Ginter, you got the captain and mod or the mod and the tank or whatever. I know you didn't just buy the tank. So I assume you got the mod, but did you get the tank too? I'm just curious, but I'm so excited. I want to know everything what you think. Longtime viewers will know that my tastes are very, like, broad. Like, what I don't like is unlimited air, but I like all the kinds of vaping. I like RDAs a ton, and I like RDTAs the most, and I like RTAs. My three favorites are the Conqueror Mini for an RTA, the Serpent Mini RDTA, and for RDA, the Goon and Goon LP, but I mean, I like a lot of RDAs, and I like a lot of tanks, like the Avocado LP, or Avocado Special Edition is another absolute favorite of mine, probably the best vape, the smoothest. Like I said, the Serpent RDTA is fantastic. So I like single coils. I like dual coils. I like clearmizers too. I like mouth to lung clearmizers. Here is, I'm reviewing right now, this little, looks like I lost the box. This little Vapefly Nicholas clearmizer. And I absolutely love it. Ooh, Robert Milner, a bad storm brewing in the Gulf. That's bad. I'm so sorry. So, oh, tell me what you think about the Captain. What do you think about the batteries? I want you to watch something for me. Look at the battery meter, A and B, and mark your batteries. And tell me if A and B drain evenly. Because I think I noticed one of them draining unevenly. But, you know, it's only one tick and they go down, and over here they're within 200. So anyway, just keep your eye on that for me because I'm still testing this thing. But I'm just crazy. Bye, Z. Great to see you. Thanks for coming on the show. It's wonderful to see you. Have a great day. We're going to be taking off here pretty soon as well. I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters, Juicy Jones HQ. And don't forget that you can find us on Instagram at Juicy Jones HQ and Twitter at Juicy Jones and Facebook at Facebook/groups/Juicy Jones. I'm just going to check our time here. About 40 minutes. We only have about 5 more minutes. Not too much more time. They had 4 tornadoes touch down on Friday. That's bad. Lightning storms. Please be careful and hope your dogs are okay. Tell me how those dogs are. Michaela had some problem with one of her sweet puppies this week and had to go to the doctor. And Francesca says her avocado never gets old. And that's how I feel too. I keep this thing on the desk. In fact, it's empty, almost empty right now. But this is also a comparison piece for me. One of the reasons I don't unload a lot of these things is that I do comparisons later on a lot. So JB did it, but isn't it weird the RDTAs already have a tank where you fill the tank and just drop on it? It's not weird having, it's just, I mean, you probably just, what you're thinking about is just that the action that makes it work isn't weird. The action that makes it work, well, it's a little bit weird. It's called capillary action. And capillary action brings the stuff from the bottom to the top. It works because of the hydrology of the glass. There's molecules in the glass that want the water more than metal or the water itself in your e-liquid, so they actually crawl a little bit. That's why it's so easy. And if you cut the wick super short, watch my channel, watch all my videos. You need to watch all my videos. You're going to learn a lot about how these things actually work. Because RDTAs work because of some specific science principles that everybody in vaping doesn't understand. And it's clear as a bell to me that many of the manufacturers don't understand too. And I'll tell you that, for example, the people at OBS do understand how it works. I can tell quite well because they provide the clearances and the sizes and the tolerances and thicknesses and stuff necessary to make things not leak. But RDTAs work specifically for some specific reasons, and some work a lot better than others. And I can tell you that, for example, I mean, we can have just a long discussion about RDTAs themselves. Oh, so Preston's at the doctor. Oh, poor sweetie. And I'm sure you're not feeling well either, Michaela. I'm sorry. I'm vaping. Even at its lowest settings, this is probably too many watts for me. Oops. I'm going to put this down on the Captain. William Lane's is glad that they don't get tornadoes in New Hampshire, and that's true. Yeah. Well, Owen, keep your eye on that. It's something that I noticed a couple of times. And it's probably nothing, but, you know, that's how I do it. I just am anal. And I'll measure. And it's probably natural. A lot of mods do that. And the meters can round off. And batteries vary by tenths and hundredths. So, shit just happens. But the thing is, all these batteries are new. All three sets of mine. Yeah, there's specific physics principles that make these atomizers run, and many of these manufacturers don't understand them because they do things that are insane. And the other vape reviewers just say insane shit. Like one time, one of them said that you're supposed to put your limitless and have one wick longer than the other. Like that would help, like bring it up from one side while you're vaping and some stupid shit like that. Like they just say shit that's completely random. You have no idea what they're talking about. And Rib Trippers has no idea what he's talking about except for building. On building and ohms and all that, he's great. But when it comes to the wicking and the capillary action, not a clue. Absolutely blind as a bat, making it up, completely clueless. It's an absolutely lunacy. Some of the shit I hear on the internet about how these things work. It's lunacy. One of the reasons why all my shit works so well is that I think of it from the science, from how this actually works. And so that's why I use Texas Tough, and it's why I love RTAs, and I don't mind making anything weird work. Ooh, Michaela says there's 2,000 people without electricity out there. That's too bad. Yeah, definitely. Oh, all of you guys get well. Yeah, it hasn't been a super great week for everybody. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off then. I hope all of you guys have a great day. We're going to keep chatting here in the chat. I hope all of you have a great one. Don't forget to go and enter in the contest. Wait until this thing posts. It'll be about an hour or so. And just come back and enter the contest. And I want to thank OBS and Randy and Tommy especially, and Heaven Gifts. Get your thing at Heaven Gifts if you want down there. And thanks for watching Orbital Vaping Headquarters. I'm Eli Juicy Jones. If you like these, click on like. Don't forget to share these with your friends and subscribe. And we'll be back on Saturday and next Monday and next Wednesday. So thanks a lot. I'll vape out to you on my new OBS Cheetah 2. Thank you. Except I forgot to find the button. You guys are so awesome.